Hello, hello, welcome to Quackalope, and today we are playing Terrors of London. I am joined by Matt.
Yes, hello, welcome. Thanks for having me back.
The most awkward way to introduce oneself. Terrors of London is a deck-building, battle-focused game for 2 to 4 players where we are controlling different kind of creatures or factions of things that might terrorize London. You're playing a werewolf.
Yep, Fenris.
You're playing Fenris, and I'm playing Methuselah, which is like a vampire-style creature. You have really graphic artwork, a zone where we can buy cards to upgrade our decks, and the main goal of the game is just to reduce the other person's kind of faction or house down to 0. Mm-hmm. The way that works is if you've ever played a deck-building game similar to that of the likes of Clank, that'd kind of be the reference point. You're going to be buying cards to upgrade your deck. You're going to be playing all your cards from your hand, which is usually going to be 5 cards. Every single round, resolving those cards with attacks, special abilities, and resources that allow you to buy more cards to upgrade your deck to continue the cycle. You're trying to keep your deck kind of thin and healthy enough to continue doing damage and kind of generate a system without kind of strangling it. You want to still have enough meat on the bones to perform attacks every single round. So that's kind of the balance point of the game. You lost last time we played because your deck got too heavy.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Well, I had to. Well, my deck, I added like 8 cards to my hand.
It was very close. If you hadn't killed me when you did, you would have gone down.
But I did.
Yeah,
I did. So that's the key. Yeah, that's the key phrase. The other unique thing that this game does, down here in the bottom areas of these cards, there's little, what would you call them, houses or factions?
So there's up at the top, this is the faction that the card is in.
Yep.
But then they can create a horde by linking with other factions. And at the bottom it says what other factions that they can link with.
So the important thing with this, the way that it changes up kind of the deck building mechanic is you're not only paying attention to what each card does specifically on its own, but you're also looking for how you can chain them together in a horde that do more powerful attacks, have even better special abilities, or just allow you to perform more actions in a single turn.
Yep.
So that's sort of what we're hopefully going to be doing. In our core starting hands, we have our what are these? Our disciples. What's the key term for them?
I forget.
I forget.
This disciple sounds good.
We're going to call them disciples. We have our disciples or our followers who have specific abilities, and these are customized for each faction, so every faction plays a little bit differently. We also each have a set of fanatics, which have a single point of damage, and we have a set of cultists, which have a single point of buy value or market value.
Like a coin,
Exactly, a coin, which is pretty standard for a deck building game. So that's what we're starting out with, and this is the market where we're going to be building up our creatures.
Yeah, we use those coins to pay for the cards out here, and the cost of those cards is at the top left.
So we will each shuffle
those. What disciples did you pick out?
Oh, you have to pick them.
Oh yeah, haven't you picked your 2?
No, I just shuffled all 4 into that.
Yeah. You gotta watch this guy.
Let's see. It usually says you're supposed to start with the standard arrows down. I like this one though. I'm gonna go with. So you pick 2 of the disciples and you put the other 4 away. I'm going to go with gains 2 health, target opponent loses 2 health, so sort of a vampire-ish like drain ability, and a draw 1. I want to be able to go through my deck a little bit more efficiently.
And these powers only trigger if you've got other cards from your faction that show up in your hand. I am going to take the one that comes with a rage ability.
Yep.
And it also heals me for 3.
Yeah.
This one also has a rage ability and a muster if it triggers.
I'm just gonna.
So muster allows me to draw more cards, and rage lets me heal or damage.
I feel like I picked the wrong cards. You're going very aggressive. I'm going the long-term, just slowly drain you to death. But I also just realized none of my house type are out here on the market.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Although it doesn't really necessarily matter since you're going to be going for.
Yeah. You'll want to hoard anyway.
Yeah.
So.
And you're gonna be able to link most easily, I think, with the beast faction and probably the spirit faction. Right?
Yeah, well,
this is you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, you're gonna have
my direct links are gonna be that. My third, like my extended links, will be the
humans,
ghost, or the humans. Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm going to be able to link with I guess I will be able to link with the humans and the undead.
And I think the only other thing we didn't mention is there is another type of card out here in the market. These are going to be what are they called?
Artifacts.
Artifacts. Easy term for me to forget. These are going to be artifact cards which just go permanently onto your board immediately when you purchase them. We'll let you know what different abilities each one have. Mm-hmm. But I think last turn you had something that was blocking 2 damage, doing 3 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can have
one that did damage for every artifact I had.
Yeah.
And so I had 3 artifacts, which is the max, and so I was hitting you for 3 damage every time.
So they can have a big impact on the game, just not enough to let you win. I'm talking real big for a game I might lose. This hasn't been determined yet. So we draw 5 cards?
5 cards.
All right.
So I assume that since I lost last time, I should...
You can go first.
Have the honors,
you can
right?
go first. I feel like that means you've looked at the market and you know what you want. That's the sense I'm getting.
Okay, so right off the bat, I have got my 3 cultists and 1 fanatic.
Yeah.
And my faction ability allows me to spend damage points as though they were coins. So okay. I could technically spend 4 points of health here. Also, this would let me heal 3, but I haven't lost any health yet.
Yeah.
So I may as well go straight for the Hellhound? Yes, I'm gonna go straight for the Hellhound.
Okay. Not sure I like that. Oh, and one last thing I forgot to mention. We also have this other little deck that always costs 2.
Right.
This is going to have just a standard set of acolytes in here. I've played a variation of the game where you get to choose what acolyte you want. I've also played a variation where you just draw from the top. We're just drawing from the top. So this is our restock market deck. This here is the consistent marketplace. Always costs 2 to get an acolyte, which can help you fix some of your combinations. All right, my hand. I have a buy power of 1, 2. I think that's it. 2 damage, buy power of 2, and this guy doesn't do anything for me at the moment. That does not seem. So you will take 2 damage.
Hit me for 2.
I have to decide what I want to pick up. Oh, look at the top card of your deck. You may discard that card or put it back on top. I'm gonna get that right away.
Yeah, I kind of regret my decision. I was looking at that going, oh, I could have picked those 2 up and gotten something right for my faction.
So that's my turn. This will now allow me to do that immediately. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna check the top card. That's a cultist. I'm gonna keep it back on top. So I'm just gonna draw my standard deck. You're gonna do the same.
All right, done?
Yep.
Place that spot on the street.
Oh, there's another artifact.
We have the Hallowed Blade. Gain damage equal to the number of relics in your play area. Hey, you recognize that one, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. I guess I should have already drawn my cards. Mm-hmm. So, my next 5, I've got 1, 2... I got 2 cultists and 2 fanatics, but again, I can spend these as though they were coins, so I could have up to 4. I'm definitely going to buy...
That seems really powerful.
It's a good one.
That's so nice.
I like it especially this early in the game, too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to buy that Hallowed Blade right off the bat. So, 1 damage is coming to you already.
Mm-hmm.
So I could spend up to 3 more. And I think I better buy the Fawn just to get somebody in my faction. That's going to leave me with 1 damage left over, which you're going to get to take.
Okay. All right. Let's restock. Who do we get out there? We got a priest out, and we got.
Oh, I forgot, and you get to take a damage for that.
Right. We have the Chris. Lose 1 health, then sacrifice. Does 1 damage, lose 1 health, and then sacrifice, which I believe is you clear something from your sacrifice. Yeah, sacrifice would allow me to remove cards from my deck. So that's like a clean your deck type of mechanic.
Yeah, you destroy a card essentially, take it out of the game.
So I have 3 buy power. This guy does nothing for me at the moment, right? Does that do damage?
He'll do damage. It's just that this bottom part doesn't fire unless you've got an undead person out there.
So I do 2 damage to you, and I have 3 buy power. I'm going to bring in the Poltergeist for 1 coin and bring in the Chris for 2 coins. So all of these go back into my discard pile, and I'll shuffle.
Okay.
Oh. Fallen. Sinister Gate and the Fallen. Fallen has 5 power and command. He also lets you draw each time another ability allows you to draw this turn. That's pretty cool.
That Sinister Gate looks pretty good.
Look, the top 2 cards of your deck, keep 1 and place the other on top of your deck or in your discard pile.
Yeah. Okay, so I have got...
I'm checking the top of my card. I'm happy with that, so I'm going to keep it on top and go ahead and draw back up.
All right, and I guess I take a damage already for that?
You would have, because I bought it on that turn.
Yep.
Yeah, so you would have, because these are active immediately.
Yep, so I'm down to 40. Okay, so I do like the idea of that Sinister Gate. I am going to pick that up for 4.
Mm-hmm.
And now, because I have 2 artifacts, this is going to hit you for 2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I've used 4 of my points. I'm going to leave this one for an attack. So
okay.
I'm going to hit you for 1, 2, 3.
Yep, I've taken those 3.
Okay, and then I get to look at the top 2 cards of my deck, keep 1, and place the other on top of your deck or in your discard pile.
All right, let's see.
Is there any 1-pointers out there?
No.
That was a worthless draw.
No 1.
So that goes to my discard pile. I can't even use this one, so they're both going into my discard pile.
Okay. So I have 3 buy power and 2 damage coming your way, plus the damage from this. So that would be 3 damage coming your way.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to then pick up this guy.
Yeah, I kind of wanted that guy.
For 3. All right, so I picked up the Ravager. He has 3 damage, but he gains 2 the first time I get health this turn. I'm checking the top card. Poltergeist. Sacrifice the first time you play a mortal monster this turn. I don't have any other mortal monsters, right? I don't believe I do.
No.
So he's gonna go into my discard pile,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna draw from this point. So it's your turn.
All right. Now, was that a defensive buy?
No, that was probably the best way to use my 3 coins.
Okay, because that one would have been really good for me because I've got heals in here, and it's in my faction. It would have been very good for me. That one's going to be good for me too. All right,
that one's gonna be
1,
real
2,
good for you.
3, 4, 5. So I figured both of these disciples. I don't think they're called disciples, but I knew they were both going to come out. I do have a beast out here, so this is going to fire for both of them. And I think it fires each time. We might need to clarify that each time for every faction member you have out there. But let's see. So I've got
That's
one. This is a good one for me right now.
This game is going so poorly.
So
I don't even have any of my faction type yet.
Right now, all I've got is 1 buy power at the moment. These guys aren't gonna be able to connect. They don't have any horde connection.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering why I even picked that up because that's like an extended connection.
Yeah, it's far away from
it's not gonna really be helpful very much. But because of these two, so first off, I get to heal 3, so I'm back up to 40, and then I'll use this rage, so we'll call that 2 damage.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna spend this 1 coin I have over here to pick up the troll. We'll call this 2 damage, and I get a muster. Which is going to let me draw more cards next time. And then we'll fire this rage 2 for another, we'll call that 2 health.
Okay.
I'll just go up to 42. So I'm going to hit you for 2 damage here, 3 damage here. I can sacrifice, right? So I will go ahead and...
You're sounding so smug. This is going really well for you.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not going bad. I'm going to sacrifice this lowly cultist.
Okay.
Get rid of him.
Yeah, see,
and that's going to be 1 more damage, right?
Yeah.
How much damage are we up to? We're up to 3. So we had 2 plus 1 for this
sacrifice.
1 for the sacrifice is 3 plus 3 for that.
Yep.
That's a total of 6.
Yep.
So that would be 7, right?
Yep.
Because that's another faction monster.
Yep.
And then
8, 9.
8, 9. Yeah, it's a total of 9.
5, 6,
9
7,
damage.
8, 9. Oh. I feel like I'm in trouble.
I'm also going to use the Sinister Gate after I shuffle here.
Yeah, I bet you are. Well, let me tell you what I have.
Actually, you know what? I'm not going to. I'm not going to use it because no reason to right
Doesn't
now.
matter. I have 2 buy power. I have 2 acolytes that won't, or whatever they do, are disciples that won't do anything for me. And I have a single fanatic. So I'll do 3 damage your way.
Okay.
Which is basically what you've just healed. And I'll be able to buy 2 things from the market, which reduces my potential buy power to one thing. So I'm buying the priest. He will get stuck here. I am going to shuffle, and then I am going to go ahead and check my my unholy advisor to see if I can get anything good.
All right.
Your turn. Go ahead.
All right. So I
totally missed that. All right. I already said it was your turn, though. That's all right. Continue. I missed the 1 damage. That's fine.
I've done nothing yet. That's fine.
All right.
I'll take it.
Take the damage.
I'll take the damage. So I've drawn 6 cards because I've had the muster ability. I'll throw that token back in there.
Mm-hmm.
And before I even forget, I'm going to use the Sinister Gate right now just to draw these 2 cards. I'm going to keep the Fawn, and I'll put this Hellhound in the discard.
Yeah.
And let's see. Here are my 7 cards that I drew this turn. I got the Fawn, a cultist, several cultists.
Keep 1, place the other on top of your deck or in your discard pile.
Oh, and I do have this guy. So that rage is going to fire, and so is the muster. So I'll take the muster. I've got rage. You may discard a card from your hand to gain 2 health. Well, I can discard this, and I'll take another 2 health. I love how you're shaking your head over there. See, but this is how I felt last game. I thought I was dominating you. I thought I was absolutely dominating you. Okay, so I've got 2 buy power, potentially 4, potentially...
I bought this one, right? This needs to refresh?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
I gotta think of how much... So the rage is either 2 health or 2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 2 rages. Let's just call them all damage right now.
Yeah, we'll just call them all damage.
Call 2, 4... 6. We have 6 damage at least so far. And do I want to buy anything up there? Oh, I probably better get that behemoth. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 buy power potentially. I'm going to take that. I will draw that. So I'm down to just
4 damage, 2 health. Gain 2 damage the first time you activate a horde ability.
Yeah. So
it's terrible.
So I've used these 2 for that, as well as we'll say this. That's going to leave just 3 damage from my cards for you, but I also have 2 damage for you from up here. Mm-hmm. So that's a total of 5 damage.
All right, we're down to 21 health. I feel like I've got 4 more rounds in me before I'm in real
Not going your way right now.
No, especially because my hand's still just full of cultists and fanatics, basically. All right, so I have 2 damage from those guys, 1 buy power there, 1 damage with a possibility of 2 coins or a curse. A curse would remove a card from your hand or make you take 2 damage.
Yeah, better.
I'm
gonna go ahead and I don't have enough cards to draw, so
nothing lets me gain health at the moment. Did you buy this? Well, you did. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh that deck.
Yep.
Okay. What does that do? That's 1 coin and 1 shield. Gain 2 damage the first time you sacrifice this turn. Oh. So I will make this guy worth 2 coins. So I have 3 coins total. I'm going to buy this. Slip this under here. The Book of Death. which becomes active, which gives me another coin, a shield, and 2 extra damage if I sacrifice this turn. Now, I could be using this ability, couldn't I? Draw 1 card, then discard a card.
Yeah, I mean, those are kind of the key, too. I've been using this every turn.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah, I've been
It would have been good for me to use. I should start using that.
Yeah.
All right, here I could lose 1 health and sacrifice.
Although, you know what? I did it wrong the last time. It said buy a monster in the street with a cost of 3 or less using a combination. So I used
higher.
It was 5.
Basically straight attack for. That's all right.
Yeah, I won't mess it up.
You've been cheating. I haven't been using mine. You know, there's a little bit of give and take.
Yeah, I think that's the only time.
So I am going to go ahead and sacrifice one of my fanatics. So that takes him out of the game using this ability. I lose 1 health because of that, but I gain 2 power the first time I sacrifice this turn, and I thin down my deck a little bit. So I will have a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I will have a total of 7 power coming your way. I think that's all I can do, and I still have 1 coin left, but nothing in the market's worth 1 coin. So that's going to be it.
Okay, down to 33.
I'm going to glance at my top card to see if it's something I want to keep. You know, I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to add it to my discard pile, and then I'm going to draw up.
All right.
And then I'm also, this time, I guess I do this at the start of my turn, right? I'll do that at the start of my turn. Draw 1 and discard 1.
Yeah, okay. I think so.
Okay.
Well, I think you can do these things at any point in your play.
Yeah.
But you would want to do this.
It would make more sense to like organize it from the start of my turn.
Which is what I've been screwing up with the Sinister Gate. I really needed to do that at the start, so I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so I've got two cultists here. I do have these, so I could like really, boy, with both of these out and my 2 faction guys, that would actually hit you for quite a bit.
Does it trigger 2 times though?
Well,
that's worth checking.
Yeah, let's check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put on some.
So we just glanced at the rules real quickly to see, because you're about to resolve some big things, to see if the factions trigger multiple times or just once.
Yep.
It looks like they only trigger once as long as you put out like a matching faction type.
Yeah, as long as my faction is in play,
but
the influence card triggers. These are influence cards.
They're disciples. But you wouldn't be able to trigger it, you know, multiple times for multiple faction types.
We need to reflect.
Yeah, because I bought that far one.
I'm definitely gonna get that guy.
Okay. Well,
he's a 3 power, so. Well, I gotta put out my.
How are you playing so many cards?
Well, that's kind of what my faction does.
Where did all those come from?
Well, because I've got the muster ability, and then I've also got the Sinister Gate. This is this one is going into the discard because of the Sinister Gate.
Okay, so I'll set it here.
Okay. I've got rage here, a rage here. This rage is also going to trigger. Okay, let's see. Organize my thoughts. I'll take the 3 health from this guy first.
Yeah.
Back to 36. I got 1, 2 coins that are straight coins. The first part of that has already triggered. Gain 2 coins the first time you gain health this turn. So that's actually...
So you're at 4 coins.
I'm at 4 coins. 4 straight coins.
Mm-hmm.
So I could still use my damage to buy that, and then... Yeah. I think I've got enough damage where I could do that, because with the rage, I absolutely do. So with my 4 normal coins, I'm going to pick up this Necromancer.
Yep.
And then I'm going to have 1, 2 damage here. I'm going to have 1, 2 damage here. I'm also going to get that muster again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You may discard a card from your hand to gain 2 damage. Well, I'll go ahead or to gain 2 health. So I'll go ahead and discard that one.
You haven't used this power yet.
I haven't used it yet, no. So that's going to be another 2 health. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got nothing I can link together. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I will use the damage to pick up the
3 of that.
Yep, 3 of that. So that's going to be back down to 4 damage.
4.
4 damage to you, plus the 2 up here is 6.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it.
So I'm going to take 6 damage.
Taking 6 damage.
Down to 14 health. And I've got a hand. I've got a hand that looks as if I just started the game. No joke. Cultist, disciple, cultist, fanatic, cultist.
Yeah.
Nothing other than starting hand. So I have 3 by power.
Yeah, that doesn't fire. So.
I have 2 damage. I could lose 1 health and sacrifice, which would trigger this if I wanted. I might actually.
Did you shield yourself from one of my damage?
I didn't. Thank you. So I think I'm actually. Oh, and I could have also drawn. I'm gonna do my ability, which is draw a card.
That's the worst discard. Draw. That's the worst draw you could have taken.
Yeah.
But can you put it back on top of your deck? I
could discard it. Draw 1 card, then discard a card. So it keeps my hand at 5, but it lets me cycle a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
And I still haven't had any of the like demon people or whatever come out.
There's one right there.
Well, he just came out, and he's worth 6.
Yeah.
Which is almost impossible for me to buy.
Yeah, hopefully I can pick him up.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Because he also chains with my guys.
Okay, I am going to sacrifice this fanatic, which loses me 1 health, but gains me 2 damage. This turn. So I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4 damage in your direction, and I have 4 by power. So go ahead and take the 4 damage. And I don't know, does that shield help me? I mean...
Well, you're at 3 artifacts, so you'd have to get rid of one of what you have.
Oh, would I? 3's the maximum?
Yep.
I mean, this guy isn't helping me that much. I feel like the shield and muster might actually help me more than this guy that just lets me look. He hasn't done anything for me, really. I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend all 4 on this. I'm going to swap it out. I'm going to swap out the Unholy Advisor with the Prophet's Mask.
I was definitely looking at that.
Were you?
Yeah, I wanted to get that extra damage in there.
Yeah. That's another reason I've been buying these, because you got that right away. That's my turn. I've got 1 card to add to my hand, and then I'm going to shuffle these.
All right, so... Geez, I already have to shuffle my cards because I don't have enough with that muster.
Your muster goes away, right? It doesn't just stay.
It goes...
but you're triggering it like
that
every round.
Yeah, that just shows that I've got an extra draw this turn.
Yeah.
Plus my gate. The Sinister Gate. Okay, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Muster is 6. It's used. Putting it back. Oh, the Sinister Gate too. So the Sinister Gate. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Keep one. Place the other on the top of your deck. On the top of your deck or in your discard pile. I've missed that.
You wouldn't have had to discard them every turn.
I missed that. Well.
You took your damage, right?
Yeah, from you? Yeah, I did. I took that right away. Sorry.
It just seems oddly high over there.
I know. I heal up a little bit every time.
You've been healing up like the total amount of damage I've been doing every turn.
I know. Oh, am I going to be able to get up to Nosferatu? No, I'm not.
Because you've got to do it with coins alone, right?
Yeah. I would, but I could pick up Fawn for or the Hunter. Might have to get that Hunter. That'd give me something I could chain with and get a horde going.
We haven't really displayed the horde ability.
We haven't done a horde yet at all.
I think it's largely due to, I haven't had any incentive to start leaning towards a horde because I haven't been able to pick up any of them yet, you know? For me, for any faction, it's kind of silly to start doing a horde without at least a core faction member there.
Right.
So
Well, I guess... Oh, I can only do it once per turn, though. So... But I would have enough, so... Alright, it doesn't really matter. I'll just take that one. I'll put this one back on top of my deck. I get to heal 3. So back up to 37. This guy lets me heal 2. Gosh. So up to 39. Man, I'm really liking Fenris here. Pretty solid, I gotta say. Mm-hmm. Also because I've got a beast out here that rage triggers. That means I get to heal 2 or attack 2. I might, just for fun, I may as well heal 2. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna defeat me with full health.
I might.
I should not have been so arrogant at the beginning of this video.
Yeah, no, it's... I'm gonna give you the smack.
I knew when I was just like making fun of you and stuff. I was like, oh, I'm signing myself up for a terrible session.
Oh, that Hellhound was such a bad pickup. I've got nothing to chain it with. He doesn't work with anything. Oh,
I think it's a solid pickup.
Yeah.
It's the best pickup you could have made.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
11, 12.
11, 12. Gain 1 each time you play another faction monster this turn. So that's actually 13.
13.
Because that one's out there. So that's 13. So I got 13 damage out there. Plus this 1 coin. So I could... I'm gonna use
2 of them.
Oh, you know what? I should have taken that coin. Because then I could have bought both of them.
Well,
but now I can't. I really want to be able to start using my horde ability, so I'm gonna grab that guy.
So you're down to 11.
So I was at I thought I was up to 13.
But you spent 2 on that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So down to 11, which I'll just go ahead and let you take.
I dodged 2 of them because of my shields.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 9. So I'm at 6 health.
I don't know if I'm going to get to use my horde.
I don't think you will.
Might not get to use my horde.
I don't think you will. All right. Go ahead and get your discard pile together.
Good news. I wasn't able to get a muster that time.
I'm going to draw a card and discard a card. That helped me. Just so you're aware, that helped me so much. Just want you to know that. I will be able to do a horde, though, this time.
No, I think my goal is to beat you with full health.
Gosh. You're the worst. Alright, so this is the one I'm discarding. I'll add it here. So, I will be able to explain a horde ability, though. So I'm playing him, who's connected to him, who's connected to him.
Ooh.
And the way you can check the connections is down here. Yellow wants to connect to white, white wants to connect to yellow, white wants to connect to blue, blue wants to connect to white. So that's kind of the way those link together. And I also have just two generic buy power.
So because you've got 2 connections, you're going to get to use 2 of these 4 options.
So my options are Rage, which would be 2 damage or 2 health. Destroy, which would allow me to wipe out something either in your play area if you had something that was carrying over, or something up here. I also have the option to Sacrifice, which would be to kind of cull through my own cards and gain 1 extra damage. So I have 2 buy power, and this could be 2 or Curse. So let's see. Let's check the total damage to start with. 1 damage here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I use Rage to gain 2 health, I then gain 2 more damage here anyway. Because gain 2 damage the first time you gain health this turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Does Destroy impact your cards?
I don't think so.
Choose a card in play and place it in its owner discard pile.
Oh yeah, okay.
So these would be considered in play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you think? It would go in your discard pile so you could play it again.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, so you could take an artifact and and remove it from the game.
Or I could
put it in my discard.
Or I could sacrifice.
Or if I had something that was a haunt, you'd be able to destroy that.
I think instead I'm going to just sacrifice this, which gains me 2 more damage over here the first time I sacrifice.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to be able to buy.
So you've used all of your.
I've used all my horde abilities, but what it results in is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total damage coming your direction. I have 2 buy power, which allows me to pick up. Yeah, allows me to pick up him, which I'll go ahead and do. So
10.
Yeah, 10 coming your way. I can also muster, so I'm gonna gain my own muster token over here. From this guy, from the prophecy.
Yep.
Alright.
Okay, so I have look at this. I'm gonna be able to do a horde ability.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my first hoarding here.
I feel like that signs my death.
Yeah, probably not yet.
Well, we'll see.
So I've got 3 natural coins.
Yep.
I've got
This is your discard, right?
Yeah, thank you. I've got a rage. You may discard a card from your hand to gain 2 health. I don't know if I need to gain any more health. I said I would like to beat you with full health, but
I did 10 damage.
You just hit me for 10. It's not really very realistic, so I'm not going to worry about that. Gain 3 the first time you play an undead or spirit monster this turn.
Now the funny thing is, I've probably hit you for close to like 25, 30 damage.
You've hit me for a lot.
But you've healed almost equivalent.
Yeah.
Like your healing has changed the game.
Yeah, it's made a big difference. So this second part is not going to fire because I don't have an undead or spirit monster in play.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to keep my 3 coins. We got to refresh this.
Ravager. 3 damage, gain 2 damage the first time you heal this turn. That's one of the ones I have in my deck.
Yep, I wanted that one too. So that's actually going to be the one I pick up. Okay, so that just leaves me over here because these are used now.
And you were able to hoard them, right?
Yeah, they're linked via horde. So I've got 4 damage coming your way plus the 2 damage from the rage. So that's 6 so far. I'm going to use the muster from the horde ability. So that's 6, 7, 8. Oh, I forgot about the Sinister Gate.
Convenient.
I forgot about the Sinister Gate. So
you don't get to play both of them.
That's true, I don't. So I am just going to take this guy because I've already got he's going to fire no matter what. So that's going to give me the rage.
He could go on the top of your deck.
Thank you.
Yep.
So I'm going to use the rage. So I was at 8 damage, right? So that's going to bring that damage up to 10. And I'm going to get another muster token. So, yeah, that's 10 damage coming to you.
I block 2, but I have 8 health.
Good game.
I should not have talked so much crap at the start.
You know, I've been looking forward to playing this ever since I read about this over a year ago. You know,
yeah.
And I've been excited to play for a very long time. So thanks for. I was so happy when you picked it up.
Yeah, you were really excited.
Yeah.
Right. So what's your general impressions of the game now that we actually have it in front of us?
Yeah, and now that we've played it twice.
Yeah.
I like it even more now than I did the first time. It might be because I won. I always like games a little bit more when I can win.
Yeah.
You know, I thought I didn't like deck builders. The first time I played a deck builder, I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the...
What was the first game?
It was Dominion.
Okay.
And I just didn't like the lack of interaction between players. Also, I'd only played it the one time. I didn't understand all of the cards that were out there. And I just didn't get into it. And then I basically said, I don't like deck builders, but I played Clank. And that was a lot of fun.
Yep.
And part of what I liked was there was more interaction between the players. What your decisions made would affect the other players. And then right after I played Clank, I read about this one and immediately loved it because now you're not just racing to get out of the dungeon, you're actually hitting the other person for damage.
If you liked the interaction in Clank, this does that more.
Yeah, it does. So.
It removes the just race element and the explore element, and it just replaces it with being punchy.
Yeah.
And I can say this, like, the first time we played together, we struggled a little bit because they use thematic key terms.
Yeah.
They use and you noticed that in this video, we were calling things by the wrong name, partially because we just knew it was a name that wasn't standard, right? Which is neat thematically, but it did take, it took a whole game of us checking this little card to be comfortable enough to really play without checking that card too much this time, which made the game better, significantly.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind if or when you pick this up. The terminology, the symbols are clear, but some of the terminology, like like muster, sacrifice, those things require a little bit of checking until you just know how this game plays.
Yep.
Which took a round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too hard to pick up once you got it.
I like it.
A lot of fun.
The other thing, I wasn't convinced on the art style when I first saw it.
Really?
The art style has grown on me a lot.
I really enjoy the art style.
It's this heavy black-lined comic book style of art, which when I first saw it, I didn't love. But the more that I've played through it and the more that I've played the game, I actually really like how it comes across for this type of game. It fits the theme and the feel of this game well.
Yeah, it does.
So, there you have it. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you've enjoyed this gameplay of me losing Terror of London. I'm going to go win every game off camera and consistently lose every game on camera.
We're going to play co-op.
Probably. That's the next. Whatever the case, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you've made it this far in the video, you might as well subscribe.
Oh, yeah, definitely subscribe.
You stuck around at this point. We put out new videos every week of gameplay, reviews, unboxings, even some, high production quality documentary films. So if you haven't seen them, be sure to stop over. They're titled Quackalope features. And remember to do the important thing, which is get out and play some games.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Cannot believe you won. And that well, you destroyed me.
Oh, it felt good.